Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And we're off from Arrowhead. Here's Smith on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And leading them as he always does, the quarterback seeking his 4th consecutive Super Bowl appearance and a 4th Super Bowl title. It's Patrick Mahomes.
It's pretty remarkable, isn't it, Kate, that the worst season statistically in Mahomes' career was still good enough to finish 6th in the MVP voting and reach a 4th straight Super Bowl. Shows just how high his bar is compared to everyone else, and he's still the QB that almost all are chasing.
Finds him over the middle. And he'll work this one up to the 28. Brought down by Deron Bland.
Complete to number 5, Marquise Brown. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 28-yard line.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Throwing the out route complete. This is close, but I think they stopped him short, partner. Yep, the spot's at the 37. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Here's Mahomes on the sneak. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the 1st down.
It's a gain of 2. And the Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. On him quick, and they bring him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kid, all the data lately has taught us really clearly. Sacks, negative yardage plays. They not only just destroyed that play, they destroyed drives. Well done, defense.
Things already looking a good bit tougher here. It is 2nd and 17 after the sack. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he couldn't quite break it. Still a 5-yard gain, though. 3rd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Third down, it's Mahomes. Well, he laid out for it, but the throw just a little bit too off the mark. So 4th down coming up. I'm flipping through, Brock. That certainly wasn't in the offense's opening script, but if you're a defender, just how you wrote it up.
Yeah, defensively, that was a week of practice and planning visualized and executed in real time.
The Chiefs looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes Matt Ariza to handle it. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. So now the Cowboys getting an opportunity to send their offense out for the first time. And they're brought out by a quarterback celebrating a decade now as an NFL starter. Originally the 135th pick back in that 2016 NFL Draft, it's Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this, Kate. To me, Dak is one of the easiest players to root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. But his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for. And I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. That both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope you have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully. And the tight end, the beneficiary.
Dak to the air here. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Looking with fullback now. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Dak throwing again. Hits him on the out route. And they get this down to the 28. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Dallas.
Offense is set. 1st and 10. Throwing again. Prescott drops this one down here for Williams. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
Good for a Cowboys first down. A gain of 15. And a Cowboy first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Dumps it off to his running back. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. They'll run the toss for Williams. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
Prescott now on 3rd down. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
So 4th down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Aubrey puts it through. And that'll mark their first appearance in our scoring summary today.
I'd say all in all, that's the exact type of start this team was looking for. 2 possessions in, they've got the lead, and a little early momentum with that field goal.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's Smith on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Now for the 2nd time, we get a look at this Kansas City offense. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10. Play action, Mahomes. Completed over the middle. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
First down carry for Pacheco. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. He's got it. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit, and you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Now I'm hungry. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Into the hands of Worthy over the middle. And he's taken down at the 30. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You go to a Little League field, tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple. And he's someone you could depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
Counter give here to Pacheco. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
He's tackled at the
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. They'll get it to Rashee Rice, complete. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. So good work to help reset those chains.
In the red zone on first. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
2nd and 3 now. Looking to throw Mahomes. Here's a screen set up for Pacheco. Touchdown, Kansas City! The Chiefs pull ahead 6-3 in the first. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Now Harrison Butker for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Chiefs take a 4-point lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Back out come the Cowboys for their second drive. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Dak. He's got a man left. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
17 yards. And the Cowboys first down. It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Cowboys.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Only took them one play, Brock, and they have already made it to the 40-yard line. Dive play straight ahead. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Yards. That's another Cowboys first down.
Offense said no more messing around. We're bringing out the big guy, the hammer. And for you physics students out there, that's a great example of Newton's law of motion. The more momentum you build up, the tougher you are to eventually stop.
Give to Williams from the gun. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. They'll get 18 yards there. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
That's another Cowboys first down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right at the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
First and 10. Here's Prescott. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
So far, this script, well, it's dictated some early looks for this running back, and now you're seeing the adjustment defensively. Not so easy on those checkdowns. Nowhere for that ball to go.
After the incompletion, still at that 31-yard line, second and 10. Back to the air, Prescott. Down the field, he's got Lamb. And they're going to have first and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
It's a gain of 27 yards.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
The 4-yard line.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Williams will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
4-yard line.
They'll try again from the 4. It's second and goal. It's a design boot. That's caught by Williams. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. So while they're in the huddle, partner, we've arrived at the end of our first quarter. The Chiefs in control so far. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. Time for our second quarter now. Let's see if the Cowboys can capitalize here in the red zone. Prescott to sneak it. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Cowboys take a second quarter lead. It's a Dak Prescott touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak. All right, Brock, wondering your thought here, because to me it felt like they already had a play picked out to go for it on fourth down if that sneak hadn't worked. Do you agree?
Well, by they, if you mean the guys in the booth on the sideline, sure. But the 11 on the field, that effort just showed you they were not thinking about anything else but pushing it across the line.
Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys push their lead to 3.
10, Chiefs 7.
Aubrey now to kick this one away.
For the Cowboys.
Here's Smith on the return. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10. To the air, Mahomes. He finds Pacheco out of the backfield. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Just a yard left to go on 2nd down. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
Good for a Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. Setting up the running back screen. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He finds Brown right side. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Good strike downfield to Kelsey. Tackle made at the 10, 1st and goal coming up.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Here's a give to Hunt. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock Hewitt, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Throwing from the gun. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
3rd and goal. They need 3 yards here. The flag comes out. This is going to back them up to the edge of the end zone.
False start, offense.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards.
Still 3rd down.
So after the false start penalty, they're left with 3rd and 8. 3rd and long for him here. Has it down close. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a 2nd quarter lead. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
3 points are huge.
Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs take a 4-point lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. He's going to reach that 34-yard line before he stopped. The Cowboys about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. And among all the team's pass catchers, partner, he has been one of the brightest spots in this opening half. I mean, I think we agree he's outshined several of their receivers and tight ends that we're used to seeing be the guys to get those targets. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. First down, here's Dak. Hauled in by Lamb, right side. It's a small gain up to the 38. Trent McDuffie getting there for the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. To throw is Prescott. And down he goes. The Chiefs got to him. And the sack forces a now tougher 3rd down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Third down, Chiefs going with a dive. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Look at that power, deep left side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
Cowboys butting it away here on 4th, and it's the long-time vet Brian Anger on now. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. The Kansas City offense back out there and set to go. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Short pass brought in. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. They go play action. It's Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And now it's second down.
Second and 10.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Again, Mahomes to throw. Finds the in route complete. And he's tackled for no gain.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
It's a nickel set for the Cowboys on this third down. Another throw for Mahomes. Makes the catch. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
And the Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Back to the air, Mahomes. Can't connect over the middle, it's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So it's second and 10 now, ball still at that 39-yard line. Throwing again, Mahomes. There's a screen set up for Pacheco. And they shut him down on this one. They get him behind the line, and that should push him out of field goal range.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Third down, it's Mahomes. Ooh, sharp run in here. He's past the 30. And he takes this all the way down to the 24-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Mahomes on first and 10. And they will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs now lead by 10. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got single high or too high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the upright. And the Chiefs drive their lead to 11. Butker on now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Cowboys offense headed out there. They find themselves down 21-10 as they take over. They've got first down from the 31. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
1st and 10 from the 41. Another run for Williams. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast, but he was patient, he was explosive, and he got a nice little gain on the ground.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. They stay on the ground with Williams. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Gotta keep this one and go. And they're gonna down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 2. That's good for a Cowboys 1st down. 2 yards on the play.
Everybody understood the assignment right there. For one guy, the quarterback, get the snap and make the marker. For the other 10, drive like mad, push like crazy, and create that space for the 1st.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Up the gut they go with Williams. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
1st down.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a 1st down, that's a bonus.
1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Completed over the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is down to the doorstep of that red zone. Another yard to reach it and pick up that 1st down, too.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and
We're to the 2-minute warning from Arrowhead. And it's the Cowboys with a nice 3rd and inches. Running for the marker with Williams. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
a gain of 3 yards. That's another Cowboys 1st down. A gain of 3.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. This is complete. Jalen Tolbert. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Here's Dak. Screen here for Williams. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Four downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. From the gun is Prescott. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Dak throwing again. And he will score. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys make it a 1-score game before halftime. George Pickens the touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cowboys cut the lead down to 4.
Cowboys 17.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here's Smith on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. Offense emptying the backfield as they come up here. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. To the left and hauled in by Kelsey. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st down, ball at the 36. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Football on that 47-yard line. 1st down. To the air, Mahomes. That's caught in stride by Rice. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Cowboys territory. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Second and 6 coming up here. Mahomes. This one's caught. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. But anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
1st down throw, Mahomes. Steps up, and he's running with it. And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. So a 1-possession game, Brock, after our first 2 quarters. Now let's throw it over to our pal Scott Hansen. He's got our halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Big thank you to our guy Scott Hansen and the gang down in Orlando. Got a close one here, Brock, as our second half gets underway. controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. Turpin with a return. This makes it up to the 25. The Cowboys about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half too as they chase this lead. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. It's Pickens on the slant. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
2nd and 3 now. We go with Williams on the counter. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. And no place for him to go. The Chiefs take him down. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
That is not the way they needed to come out of the locker room here to begin the second half. Trailing, you got to play with a sense of urgency. You got to protect your quarterback, and they didn't either.
The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. Brian Anger, the one to send it away. He has it at the 33. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Kansas City offense set to take the field. They've certainly had no issue scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
At the 41-yard line.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Right back to Pacheco. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. It's Pacheco again. He's taken down, but he's got it to the 29. They get 13 on the pickup, and the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs 1st down.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. He finds Brown right side. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Give him 18 yards on Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Kansas City Chiefs, first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
They'll come up on 1st and 10. Out left, Worthy makes the grab. And he'll go down shy the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
To number 1, Xavier Worthy. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 4-yard line.
2nd and 3 now. They were ready for him. They won that battle on the ground. This is backed up to the 9.
QB runs can be some of the most difficult plays for these defenses, but not for the defense right there. Did their homework, and they get an A+ for how they defended that play.
3rd down here. Need 8 on the play. Here he goes. 3rd and long. And he's not going to escape this. The Cowboys take him down. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
So on 4th down, the Chiefs field goal unit and Harrison Butker headed out. This is going to be a 32-yarder from the left hash. Butker knocks it through and add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
You look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Dak off the play fake. He's going to tuck it and run. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Prescott here from the gun. Short pass brought in. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. They fake the hands off, now Prescott. He's got it downfield near the edge. They pick up 20 yards there. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
4 yards.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Prescott on 1st and 10. Complete out to the right side. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal.
A gain of 29 more yards. And the Cowboys 1st down. First and goal, Dallas.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Throwing again, Prescott. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys can tie it up after hitting pay dirt in the third. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys tie this game up.
24-24.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. On the return, here's Nico Remigio. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Chiefs aren't headed out, and we'll see Isaiah Pacheco. And this is an important drive to get momentum back after that touchdown tied things up. Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. That's complete. Here's Brown. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Second down run by Pacheco. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
No gain on the
I know
play.
these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Defender runs right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, Kate, with the game that they put together, it's surprising to see them really run into any hiccups when they appear. They move the ball very well throughout, just unsuccessful on that 3rd down.
Kansas City sends out its punt team. Matt Ariza, the one to send it away. Takes it in at the 21. He's brought down before the return gets far. The Cowboys and quarterback Dak Prescott ready to get back to work. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
You know, Kate, over the years I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
2nd and 10. Need something positive here. Dak now from the gun. He finds Pickens left side. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still third down and short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
He's going to keep this one. Prescott is hit, and he lost the football. And the Chiefs look like they have it.
Oh, man, these sneak plays are pretty chaotic in the middle. Everybody piling in, trying to dive in opposite directions. Either by chance or just well-placed aim, somebody knocked that ball free in the pile, and it was half luck they fell on top of it.
The Chiefs are headed out, and we'll see Isaiah Pacheco. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover.
Play is under review.
Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. All set now, 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Williams. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
That's another Cowboys first down.
You call that 1st down running play, you don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Throws caught, and he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Williams now on 1st and 10. And this drives him back at a field goal range, Brock, as he stopped for loss of yardage.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
All right, here we go, 2nd down. Prescott with a blitz coming. Screen here for Williams. He takes this forward a little to about the 39. Brought to a halt by Brian Cook.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
3rd down, line to gain 9 yards out. 3rd and long for him here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he needed a little more room to reach that line. The stop is made in time. That brings up 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Aubrey puts it through, and they've taken back the lead.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Remigio with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Chiefs offense out to take over. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. First call here coming from the shotgun. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Hits him on the out route. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He finds Pacheco out of the backfield. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's the Chiefs in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. First and 10 from the 41. Now it's Mahomes. He can run it.
Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But Annette's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Five still to go here. This is 2nd down. Throwing is Mahomes. Kelsey's got it right side. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Running up the middle, Pacheco. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Kansas City Chiefs, 1st down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing the out route complete. He's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4. They send the tight end in motion. Here's Mahomes now. He'll try and run this. And Mahomes is going to dodge a hit with that slide after he picks up enough for the 1st down.
It's a gain of 11. And the Kansas City Chiefs, 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
10 more yards. That's another Kansas City Chiefs, 1st down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time. And
he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. Give him a couple on the run, and it's now 2nd and goal.
Guessing everybody in the huddle on the sidelines sure wanted a little bit more from that run, but you didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot, and can't wait to see what they do here on 2nd and goal.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Now a pass play. Here's Mahomes. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. He'll work against the blitz. Here's a screen set for Pacheco. The stand continues. This one doesn't even make it back to the line, Brock, and it sets up 4th and goal.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Harrison Butker out now. He knows how big this try is. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Tracking for it, and it's good! And in the 4th quarter, that's going to tie the game.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Turpin with a return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. And they've got a bit of momentum from the field goal on the last series, hoping to grow that into something greater with a touchdown here.
Yeah, I think one thing you find is you do not want to settle for a field goal again. Points are great, but touchdowns, that's what's win games in the NFL.
Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10. A handoff to Williams. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. From the gun is Prescott. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
3rd and just 2 to go. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. It's in or no, they dropped another one. Picks dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock. It does force a 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable in an incomplete.
Dallas sends its punting unit onto the field. And he'll try to hit this one well. He fields it cleanly. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. First and 10 now from the 30. He gives it Pacheco to start the drive. This is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. Big gain, on the play. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space, like a chess master, seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and at what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone can finally get to him.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
Mahomes trying to get here on second and 10. Finds his favorite target again. It's worthy. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Still has some space inside the 35. And they get this down to the 28. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, first and 10. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he picks him up about 4 yards there. Second down coming up.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's second and 6. Here, Brock. It's going to be third down.
I can promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Quite the drive they've had, Brock, but they're up against it. Third and 5 now. To the air, Mahomes. And he's caught. He's got Brown. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a first and goal.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
They'll run. Pacheco. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. Second and goal coming up. And they're whistling for a stop here. That's one of the Cowboys who's in some pretty clear discomfort and in need of some assistance. Needing 10 yards now as they line up. It's second and goal. Working now from the gun. He's got it on the slant. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs take a fourth-quarter lead. Travis Kelce, the touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs break that tie and now lead by 7. Butker on now to kick this one away. Turpin with a return. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. The Cowboys about set to take over. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
Good time to reach into the bag of tricks on 2nd down. 16 to go following the sack. Prescott here from the gun. Drops this one down here for Williams. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Prescott now on 3rd down. They set up the screen here to Lamb. And he hits a wall at the line and goes nowhere.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed 3rd down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
On now comes their punter. And they could really use a good one here. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Chiefs are headed out, and we'll see Isaiah Pacheco. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
1st down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. The Cowboys signaling for their 1st time out. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he's going to get this to the opposing 41. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining this game.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
First and 10 from the 41. Now a handoff for Pacheco. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Now we get a pause, Brock, as the defense uses its final timeout, so the clock only going to stop again at our 2-minute warning.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Well, after a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that first down. Back to Pacheco here on second. They stopped him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. Third down coming up.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Chiefs feeling lucky with a 7-point lead. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. He'll go with Hunt on the run. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
It's a gain of a yard.
That is some old school brutality. An offense close to a first down, a defense that knows there's a run headed right its way. In a battle of wills, the offense gets it done.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. The Chiefs in a victory formation here as they take a knee. A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. Well, no louder place in Missouri.